this cooking tub, where a worker adds spices and seasonings.
Basil, a little oregano, salt, pepper, pretty simple.
Meanwhile, cans of freshly pressed tomatoes are opened and poured over the top, where it's mixed and left to cook.
When you're making a batch of sauce, it's got to be about 3.5 hours because that's how you develop the flavor.
While the sauce stews, the chicken fries.
The chicken breasts are loaded into this machine, which squashes the breast in the traditional scallopini method.
We can't see that happening in the machine, but Sarah will now demonstrate the traditional scallopini flattening method.
You have to make sure each one is just the right size. Okay. They're all the same size. Uncle, you're still not doing it right.
Ouch! What?
Oh, later tonight, but even then.
And what does the look mean, Sarah?
Just more like a perfect.
The look is really tough.
I'm gonna give you one of these.
The flattened chicken is sprinkled with flour. Run through an egg wash. Then dusted with a mix of breadcrumbs and some cheese.
Which cheese?
Meh, you know, just some Parmesan.
It's the cheese, the master cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, and we import it ourselves.
Oh, I'm getting so hungry.
From here, the chicken is sent through this fryer, which fries them to the perfect level of crispiness. Then they're conveyed over to the packaging area.
The pasta is made fresh in a facility next door.
Just kind of looking off somewhere else. Just thought.
Is unloaded onto this conveyor. It runs into a hot bath with a little olive oil.
The pasta is timed to cook to al dente.
There's nothing worse than thicky, soft, spongy pasta.
The cooked pasta is loaded into bins and brought over to packaging, where all the components come together. Perfect harmony.
Workers unload empty trays onto the conveyor, and cooked sauce is piped in.
Healthy portions of pasta are loaded on top.
3 pieces of chicken go on top of the pasta, and more sauce is piped on top.
Fresh pecorino romano and mozzarella are sprinkled on. And the chicken parmesans go through.
Oil change.
Trays pop out here and are sent to be sealed. Then boxed.
And now it's time to bring it home. Those boxes are sealed, stacked, and prepared for shipment across America.
So, Michael, why don't you take a minute to share the absolute secret to your mom's chicken parmesan?
You want it from Mom?
Now you're giving secrets away?
Love.
What the hell's the matter with you? Be careful.
This is enough now. That's it. I'm trying to talk to her over here. Mama.
Hawk your junk with Auction Kings. Coming up next.
On the block this week on Auction King.
So, $800, hell of a buy.
This is a 1952 Topps Annie Pasco card.
What would it bring on the open market?
$60,000 to $70,000. We brought the belongings of the youngest survivor of the Titanic.
Wow. You have something collectible to sell.
This is my tribute to Eric Clapton's The Fool guitar.
That's a beautiful piece of art. I'd like to hang it at my wall.
Hey, how you doing?
What you have here in this guitar case?
This is my tribute to Eric Clapton's The Fool guitar. I brought in a 1961 reissue Gibson SG that's been painted to replicate Eric Clapton's The Fool guitar when he played with Cream. It was originally done by a collective called The Fool. They painted instruments kind of psychedelic.
Right.
And The Fool is also the name of this guitar. It was the first time that instruments were thought of as artwork.
Obviously, this is not his guitar. You got a picture of the original right there.
That is the most iconic guitar in rock history.
It looks a lot like that one in the picture. Now, who painted this one?
I painted that.
You painted
This was entirely done by me.
It's a really cool paint job. It's more or less an exact replica of a very famous guitar.
I would find a live shot of Clapton playing Cream era where I would get, this angle, or I'd get this angle here. It was over 150 man-hours just painting the guitar, another 20 or 30 man-hours in disassembling it, changing the components to make it exact.
That's a beautiful piece of art. I'd like to hang that just on my wall. How come you get rid of it?
I'm wanting a 335 Gibson Electric.
All right, well, let's play it, man. You can play it? I got an amp right here. Plug that baby in.
All right.
Well, I love it. I mean, I'm sold on it. I think you're a fool to sell it, but I'll sell it for you. We don't want for it, though.
Originally, this guitar cost me over $1,500.
Right.
So I would say $1,800. With the money that I put into the guitar and my work, I think that's a good deal for anybody looking to add this to their collection.
Let me do a little research, and we'll look into it, and then hopefully get it sold for you.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for bringing it in, man.
I'm John.
Hey, John.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura. What you got here?
Well, Cindy, we brought to you some of the belongings of the youngest survivor of the Titanic.
Wow. I can't believe these pieces actually belong to someone who survived the sinking of the Titanic. It's not every day you come across something like this. How did you acquire this?
John and I are big history buffs, and we found out that Melvina Dean's belongings was coming up for sale. So we took advantage of that and purchased them.
But these pieces weren't on the Titanic, right?
That's right, Cindy. This furniture was actually on a ship in front of it called the Adriatic.
Oh, okay.
Melvina's family were passengers on the Titanic. They were third-class passengers. And Melvina, at the time, was only 9 weeks old. After the initial contact with the iceberg, Mr. Dean got his family up before the lower decks were shut off. Melvina Dean was lowered onto a lifeboat in a canvas mailbag from the Titanic's mailroom, and she survived, along with her brother and mother. She was the youngest and last survivor of the Titanic.
And we actually have a letter from the director of Melvina Dean's estate. And of course, her picture with the table and the mirror back buffet.
Oh, this is the buffet.
Sure, yeah.
And that's the little table she's sitting at? Wow. Provenance like this can help value, but I'm still gonna have to call in an expert to appraise and authenticate the set. This set is great. Why do y'all want to sell this?
We had a dear friend that was affected by cancer, and we were thinking, what better way to sell this treasure to raise money for cancer research?
Oh, that is awesome.
We feel like it's going to go for a good cause.
What are you guys looking to get out of this?
Well, we have approximately $1,500 in it.
Yeah.
If we get that, we'd be pretty happy. While it's going to be tough to see it go, we've had our time with it, and it's now time to pass it on to somebody else who can appreciate it like we have. Plus, it's going for a great cause.
Let's go fill some paperwork out and get it done, okay?
Good.
It's wonderful.
How's it going?
I got something I want to put for auction.
Let's see. Let's check it out. 11 people bring me a box. What you got in there? Oh, I see what's in there. You got some baseball cards, right?
Yep, from my collection.
I get a lot of baseball cards. Boxes full of baseball cards, pallets full of baseball cards, and truckloads full of baseball cards. Where'd you get these?
My grandfather, he loved baseball, and when he passed away, I started collecting his collection.
Oh, yeah?
His collection.
Oh, you got a lot more stuff?
Yeah, about 3 bedrooms and a 1,200 square foot basement.
3 bedrooms and a basement. You wrote me 4 baseball cards.
Well, I
Can't you get him to clear more of the stuff out?
Yes, I'm trying.
All right, you get to work with him a little bit.
it took over the house.
Really took over the house.
We got a Hank Aaron. Mickey Mantle, like a lot of those. Who's this one? What's the story here?
That's a 1952 Topps Andy Pafko card.
When I first saw the Pafko card, I didn't know the name, but the date, 1952, the 50s cards are valuable. Tell me about Andy Pafko.
Or Hank Aaron, but what's special about this card, it is the first card that Topps has ever made.
This card right here.
Yeah.
This is cool. Topps has been making baseball cards since before I was born, and having the first of anything almost always helps its value. So of all Jason's cards, I think Andy Pafko's got the most potential, so I'm putting him in the game and up for